So we're holding in 74a4, Tractate Chullin, the fourth chapter, Boheimah Hamekashah, Ein Daled Amud Aleph in the bottom of the Mishnah. The Mishnah discusses the status of a fetus found inside the womb of a slaughtered animal. One slaughters an animal and finds in it an 8-month fetus, either alive or dead, or even tisho maize, or 9-month fetus that is dead. Koiroi may tear the fetus and eat its meat without slaughtering it, which is dama, but he must first extract its blood. Motzo ben tisho chai, he found a live 9-month fetus in the womb of the slaughtered animal. Ton shechita, the fetus requires shechita in order to be permitted for consumption. And it is subject to the law of it and its offspring. It says in the book of Leviticus, note 36, the Torah, Leviticus 22:28, forbids the slaughter of an animal and its offspring on the same day. So Oisav es benoi. Rabbi Meir states that since the live 9-month fetus requires shechita by itself, one may not slaughter it on the same day that he slaughtered the mother. Rabbi Meir, these are the words of Rabbi Meir Chacham. The sages say, shechita sima meta'ato, its mother shechita purifies it for consumption. So in other words, Chachamim say that we don't have to shecht the fetus. The sages hold in 37 that a fetus is not considered an independent creature unless it is carried to the full term and is born. Accordingly, any unborn fetus, even one that is alive after 9 months, is included in the permit to eat that which is found inside the slaughtered animal. And since it is not subject to shechita, one may kill it even by severing its pipes on the same day that he slaughters its mother. Rabbi Shimon Shizuri says, "Afilu ben chomesh shonim v'chodesh basada," even if the fetus was found alive in the womb, grew to be 5 years old, and is plowing in the field, shchitas ima metarta, the slaughtering of the mother purifies it, so that it may be killed and eaten without shchita. So Bishum Shizuz is even more lenient than the rabbis. This is how it seems like. If instead of slaughtering the mother, one tore her open and found a live 9-month fetus inside her, ton shchita requires shchita in order to be eaten, since its mother was not slaughtered.
9 months for like the time of they stay in the womb.
Okay.
Because I was wrong.
It's okay. Amar B'Elazar, Amar B'Yeshayahu. Rabbi Ledo said in the name of Yeshayahu, they followed the lenient approach for the 9-month fetus only with respect to matters pertaining to shechita. With respect to other matters, however, the sages concede that it is treated as a full-fledged animal. What does Rabbi Yeshua mean to exclude from permissibility? It must mean to exclude the chelev, the forbidden fat, and gid hanosha, the sciatic nerve of the 9-month fetus, and to teach that these are forbidden. What chelev are we dealing with? If you say it is chelev of a fetus that was found alive in the womb, how can Rabbi Yeshaya have said, excuse me, how can Rabbi Yeshaya have said that the sage's opinion does not apply here? Miflag Peligi, they are in dispute as to its permissibility. The Tanya, it was taught in a Baisa, Gid Anosh Noeg B'Shlil. The prohibition of Gid Anosh applies to a fetus that is extracted from its mother womb after her slaughter. What did we say? If you say it is the chelev of a fetus that was found alive in the womb, Miflag Pligi, they are in dispute, for it is taught in a Baisa. Gid Anoshe, in Gid Anoshe applies to a fetus, V'chel Boyasu, and the fetus chelev is prohibited. Rabbi Meir, these are the words of Rabbi Meir. The prohibition of Gid Anoshe does not apply to a fetus. V'chel boy muto, and the fetus chelev is permissible. Rabbi Lazar said, the dispute pertains to the Gid Anoshe and chelev of a 9-month fetus found alive in the womb. Rabbi Meir followed his own reasoning. It is required its own shchita. And Rabbi Yehuda followed his own reasoning. It does not require its own shchita. Rabbi Meir, who rules that the fetus requires shechita, rules similarly that it is subject to the prohibition of Gid Anoshe and chelev, the sciatic nerve and the forbidden fat. Rabbi Yehuda, who is among the sages who rule that it does not require shechita, rules similarly, it is excluded from the prohibition of Gid Anoshe and chelev. Thus, Rabbi Yeshaya could not have meant that the sages concede that the chelev and Gid Anoshe of the 9-month fetus are prohibited. The Gemara anticipates another application of Rabbi Yeshaya's exclusion, but rejects it. Ela chelva the Gid. Rather, you might say that Rabbi Yeshaya meant to exclude the fat of the Gid Anoshe and to teach that all Tanoim agree that this fat is permissible. Miflag peligi. So just forbidding the sciatic nerve, but not the forbidden fat. Miflag peligi. The Tanoim are in disagreement concerning the fat of the Gid Anoshe. The Tanya. It was taught in a Baisa Gid Anoshe mechate tacho v'chomok mishu. One must dig after it, the sciatic nerve, whenever it is, or wherever it is embedded in the flesh. It's called niku. You really have to know where the sinews and nerves that have to be extracted, even if they're embedded deep in the flesh, and cut out its fat from its root. These are the words of Rabbi Meir. Rabbi Yehuda Omer. One merely levels it off with the surface of the rounded flesh of the thigh, and may eat that which is beneath the surface. Seemingly, he says that you don't have to dig so deep. We see that Rabbi Meir and Rabbi Yehuda disagree concerning how much of the fat of the Gid Anoshe is prohibited, but all agree that it is prohibited to some extent. Accordingly to Rabbi Yeshaya, could not have meant to exclude the fat of the Gid Anoshe from its prohibition. What then did he mean? At a loss to explain what Rabbi Yeshaya could have meant to exclude, the Gemara is forced to revise his statement. Ela itmar hachi itmo. Rather, if it was stated in any form, this is how it was stated. Rabbi Lazar said in the name of Yeshaya, they followed a lenient approach for the 9-month fetus, only with respect to matters pertaining to eating. with respect to other matters. However, the sages concede that it is treated as full-fledged animal. Boheimah meant or means to exclude engaging in bestiality with it and plowing with it and another species together. For in regard to these prohibited activities, the 9-month fetus is considered like an ordinary animal.
Rabbi, what is full-fledged?
Like it has all the way, like a full name. It's like
You have to treat it like a regular animal, except about the shechita. So if it comes out alive, then for everything else,
It's considered like a cow.
you can't put it with a donkey. You can't
Oh, okay.
guide people. Can't go with it, etc.
Okay. Thank you.
So having discussed the status of the chelev and gid hanoshe of a full-term fetus, the Gemara focuses on its blood. Rabbi Shimon Lakish said, the one who permits the chelev of the 9-month fetus, i.e. Rabbi Yehuda permits its blood as well, and the one who prohibits the chelev of the 9-month fetus, Rabbi Meir, prohibits its blood as well. Rabbi Yochanan said, after Divya Matir b'chel boy oyser b'domei. Rabbi Yochanan said, even the one, Rabbi Yehuda, who permits the chelev of the 9-month fetus prohibits its blood. Rish Lakish's opinion is questioned. Eisi Rabbi Yochanan, Rabbi Shimon Lakish. Rabbi Yochanan challenged Rabbi Shimon Lakish from our Mishnah, which states that if one slaughters an animal and finds in it an 8-month fetus, either alive or dead, or a 9-month fetus that is dead, he may tear the fetus and eat its meat without slaughtering it, but he must first extract its blood. So we see that even the blood of an 8-month fetus, whose chelev is permitted according to all opinions, is prohibited. Obviously then the Tana who permits the chelev of a full-term fetus prohibits its blood. The Gemara responds by reinterpreting Rish Lakish's statement. Amar b'zera lo yamar she'eino nishkoros. Rish Lakish meant to say that only that according to the one who permits the chelev of a 9-month fetus, there is no coerce penalty for consuming its blood. He concedes, however, that the blood is prohibited to be consumed initially, even according to this Tana. An objection is raised. According to whom do they, Rish Lakish and Rabbi Zera, mean to say that chorus is incurred for consumption of the fetus blood? It is according to Rabbi Yehuda, for we have seen that Rabbi Yehuda is the Tana who permits the fetus chelev. Lo yehei el adam tamtis. Let its blood be considered only like the draining blood of an ordinary animal, and Rabbi Yehuda will rule that chorus is incurred for it nonetheless, even for dama tamtis. The Tanya, it was told in a Baisa, dama tamtis ba'azor, consumption of the draining blood is forbidden with scriptural warning, but is not punished with chorus like consumption of lifeblood.
The first spurt.
Rabbi Yehuda Imer, but Rabbi Yehuda says, behi chorus, one who consumes draining blood is punished with chorus. Since Rabbi Yehuda states that consumption of draining blood carries chorus, he should also say this regarding the blood of a full-term fetus. Tirgam Rav Yosef Reder Rav Salo Chasido Kamed Rav Papa. Rav Yosef, the son of Rav Salo Chasido, explained this before Rav Papa. Isel Rav Yehuda Dam v'chol dam. Rabbi Yehuda holds that the draining blood is included for chorus through the exposition of blood and any blood. Since the word any comes to include the blood that drains, we may infer that this blood is compared to the lifeblood, which is implied by the word blood. It therefore follows that wherever one is liable to cause for consumption of the lifeblood, in the case of an ordinary animal, michayev adam tamtzis, he is also liable to cause for consumption of the draining blood. But wherever one is not liable to cause for consumption of the lifeblood, in the case of a fetus which does not have a lifeblood, so in parentheses does not have lifeblood, but Michayev Adam Tamtis is not liable to cause for consumption of the draining blood or any other blood. It says in 20, this is how Rish Lakish and Rabbi Zera understand the opinion of Rabbi Yehuda. That's how they understand the opinion of Rabbi Yehuda. Rabbi Yochanan, who disputed Rish Lakish, maintains that Rabbi Yehuda deems consumption of the draining blood punishable by chorus even when there is no chorus for consumption of the lifeblood. Alternatively, now that the opinion of Rish Lakish had been reinterpreted, it emerges that Rabbi Yochanan and Rish Lakish are actually in agreement. For Rabbi Yochanan means merely that the blood of the fetus is prohibited, and Rish Lakish means merely that there is no chorus penalty attached to it. That's from the Ramban. Ibailu Ma'u livdis beven pekur. What is the law with respect to redeeming the firstborn donkey with a ben pekur? Ben pekur is, we said, a fetus that was found in the womb. According to Rabbi Meir, you should not inquire the chayvon the amaton shchita. According to Rabbi Meir, there's no problem. But why? Because Rabbi Meir said that ben pekur requires shchita. Sema alyo, it is a full-fledged lamb. It's a real lamb or kid, and may certainly be used for redemption. It can be exchanged with the firstborn donkey. Kiti boiloch, when should you inquire? Ella de rabbanon de amru shchita sima metarto. It is according to the rabbis who say the shchita of the ben pekur's mother has purified it for consumption, so that it no longer requires shchita. What is the law? Since the rabbis say that the mother's shchita has purified it for consumption, meaning you don't have to shecht it, the ben pekur is considered like meat in a pot, meaning ready to eat. Or perhaps, since the ben pekur is alive and runs and fro, we classify it as a lamb or a kid, so that it may be used for redemption. Meaning, regardless if I have to shecht it or not, since it runs around, maybe I can use it for redemption. Mazutra said we may not redeem, and Ravashi said we may redeem. Amar le Ravashi Mazutra, mai daito. What is your opinion? What is the basis for your opinion? The Gomar se mipsochim. Presumably, it is that you derive the law of redemption through Gezerah Shava of se from the case of Pesach offering. Se is a lamb, which leads you to derive that just as ben pekur is disqualified from being used as Pesach offering, so too it is disqualified from being used for redemption. If so, you should further compare the law of redemption to that of the Pesach offering as follows. If we're going to Pesach, we'll go all the way. Just as there in the case of Pesach. The lamb or kid that is offered must be a male, unblemished, and in its first year. Afghan, so to here, in the case of redemption, Zochor, Tomim, Uven, Shono, lamb or kid must be a male, unblemished, and in its first year. Why do you apply this criteria to the lamb or kid that is used for redemption? Why do you not apply this criteria to the lamb or kid that is used for redemption? The Mazuta responds, Tipoda ribo. The repetition of redeem includes even a lamb or kid that does not meet those criteria as being fit for use in redemption. Ravashi objects, tipoda ribo, if the repetition of the word tipoda, redeem, includes a lamb or kid that is unlike the one used as Pesach offering, afilu kol melenami, that even any type of lamb or a kid, including a ben pekua, should also be deemed fit for use in redemption. The Gemara answers, Im ken se mayaniloch. If so, what should the Gezerah Shava of se accomplish for you? Since the Gezerah Shava teaches that the lamb or kid used for redemption must be similar to the one used as Pesach offering, and the repetition of redeem, tipoda teaches that it need not be entirely similar. We exclude only a ben pekua, but we include a lamb that is not male, unblemished, and in its first year. Another inquiry pertaining to the ben pekua is cited, Ibalu ma'u limnis berishon v'sheni. What is the law in regard to counting the rishon and sheni levels of tumah with the fetus and its mother? That is, if after the mother was slaughtered, her flesh touched an av tumah, source of tumah, and thus became tomeh on the rishon level, the first degree of tumah.
The worst, yeah?
Is the fetus in her womb also considered rishon, or do we count it as sheni?
The worst level is after the worst.
Yeah, but that's the mother. The question is on the baby, the fetus. Rabbi Yochanan, the matter is disputed. Rabbi Yochanan, we do count the rishon and sheni levels with the fetus and its mother, because they are two distinct bodies. When the mother's flesh acquires tumah on the rishon level, the fetus becomes only a sheni. Rabbi Shimon ben Lakish, we do not count the rishon and sheni levels with the fetus and its mother. Rather, when the mother's flesh acquires tumah on the rishon level, the fetus also becomes a rishon, because the fetus inside the womb is treated like a walnut rattling inside its shell, moving around inside its shell, just as a walnut is viewed as one with its shell in regarding to tumah, so too ben pekua is viewed as one with its mother. Rish Lakish adduces support for his opinion from a Mishnah in our chapter. Eisi Rabbi Shimon Lakish Rabbi Yochanan. Rabbi Shimon Lakish challenged Rabbi Yochanan. The Mishnah teaches that if a fetus put forth a limb from the womb, and the mother was slaughtered while the limb protruded, and then the limb was severed, haboso maganevelo, the flesh of the fetus in the womb, which had been attached to the protruding limb, is tomer on account of contact with nevela. Div Rabbi Meir, these are the words of Rabbi Meir v'chachom. The sages say the flesh is tomer on account of contact with slaughtered treifa. So the Tanoim disagree only in so far as defining what form of tumah the flesh in the womb acquired, but all agree that it is automatically contaminated through contact with the severed limb. One says it's nevela, one says it's treifa. Now we know that in order for a food to acquire tumah, it must first be prepared by being moistened. Since the Tanoim rule that the fetus flesh tamei, we may infer that the flesh was somehow prepared for tumah while in the womb. It's something that prepared it for tumah. All is well according to me, Rish Lakish, who says that with respect to tumah, the fetus and its mother are viewed as one body. That is why the fetus is deemed to have been prepared for tumah, for the preparation was accomplished by its mother's blood at the time of her slaughter, since blood spurting from the mother's neck touched her flesh, and even the fetus, which is considered part of her, was thereby prepared for tumah through the blood. But according to you, Rabbi Yochanan, who says that with respect to tumah, the fetus and its mother are viewed as separate entities. Hamekashah, with what was the fetus prepared for tumah while yet in the womb? Rabbi Yochanan, he said to Rish Lakish b'shchita, it was prepared through the act of shchita itself. Rabbi Shimon and the Tanaim of the Mishnah concur with the opinion of Rabbi Shimon, who says the act of shchita prepares meat for tumah even without it being slaughtered. Moistened. Even without it being wet. Eisi Rabbi Yochanan Rabbi Shimon Lakish, Rabbi Yochanan challenged Rabbi Shimon Lakish. On the basis of the following brisa, which deals with a full-term fetus that was taken from the womb alive and grew up. If it passed through a stream of water, it has been prepared for tumah by the moisture. If it then went into a graveyard, it has been contaminated. All is well according to Rabbi Yochanan, who says that when the fetus is in the womb, it and its mother are viewed as two separate bodies with respect to tumah. Mishumachi huchshar ein, loy huchshar loy. That is why if the ben pekuah is prepared by moisture, it is indeed susceptible to tumah. But if it is not prepared by moisture, it is not susceptible to tumah. But according to you, Rish Lakish, who says that the fetus and its mother are viewed as one body in regard to tumah, why? The fetus was prepared for tumah by its mother's blood. when she was slaughtered. It should thus be susceptible to Tumah even without passing through a stream of water. The Rish Lakish responds, "V'shchitoy v'ishoto." We are dealing with a case where the mother, neither the flesh of the mother nor the fetus was prepared through moisture. The Leika Rabbi Shimon, and the time of this Baisa does not concur with the opinion of Rabbi Shimon.